A major Oklahoma interstate will be shut down this weekend, plus the monster storm impacting 80 million people tonight, and another shooting on a school campus. This is OU Nightly. Hello, thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Katelyn Howard.
And I'm Cheyenne Plummer. We begin tonight with the intense weather battering both the east and west coast. Flooding is just one of the concerns along the east coast. Huge waves fueled by high winds, along with rain and even snow, making travel anywhere from Georgia up to Maine absolutely dangerous and sometimes not even possible. Some airports and roads are being closed. Close to 1 million people are also without power.
On the west coast, areas of California still trying to recover from those deadly mudslides are bracing for more heavy rain. Flash flood watches are posted for the area and residents warned to evacuate. But here in Oklahoma, the coast is clear.
Leah Hill joins us with our first look at our weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. Well, we have storms to our west and storms on our east, but look how gorgeous it is outside right now. Temperatures currently are sitting in the 60s. Simply beautiful. Go outside if you do have the chance. It is a little windy, however, we do have very gusty winds in the northern portion of our state, gusting up to 40 miles per hour. Here in the central portion of our state, we're seeing gusts around 20-25 miles per hour. Now, coming up later, I'll have your weather headlines for you. I'll give you more information about that nor'easter storm we saw in the east, storm chances for this weekend, and your game day forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Leah. The sun may be shining here on campus, but two students are right in the middle of that nor'easter. Amina Schweitzer and Sammi Steele are in Washington, D.C. tonight and are sharing what they're seeing.
It seems the wind has followed us from Oklahoma and is hitting the D.C. area especially hard today, prompting many businesses, schools, and places like the Smithsonian Museum behind me to close. Winds have reached up to 71 miles per hour and have caused all federal government offices, schools, zoos, and museums to shut down for the day. It's also left hundreds of thousands without power, and there's been nearly 2,000 canceled flights. People on Twitter have been sharing pictures and videos from the hashtag Windmageddon they're experiencing. Now, this Windmageddon is expected to clear up tomorrow, just in time, hopefully, for Amina and I to get back to Oklahoma in time for school on Monday. Reporting from Washington, D.C., I'm Sammi Steele, OU Nightly.
Sammi Steele and Amina Schweitzer, who shot much of that video, are in D.C. to attend tomorrow night's National Broadcasting Society Awards banquet. 25 Gaylord student productions were named finalists, including OU Nightly in the Best Newscast category. We'll have the results on Monday.
There could be more guns in your child's school. A bill passed through the House Wednesday that would make it considerably easier for school personnel to carry handguns on school grounds. Current law requires school employees to have a special security officer's license, which requires additional training. 3192 says they would only need a gun permit. Since 2018, there have been 12 school shootings, including one today. Brooke Murski has more in the News Center.
Central Michigan University and Michigan local police are investigating a school shooting at a CMU dormitory this morning. 19-year-old James Eric Davis Jr. has been identified as a subject and he is still at large. The campus is to remain on lockdown until further notice. In the dormitory, 2 people were fatally shot in what was believed to be a domestic dispute. The deceased are not students and there are no other injuries. CMU police say to monitor its social media channels for updates. And evangelist Billy Graham was laid to rest at a funeral today in what people are calling his last crusade. The noontime service in Charlotte, North Carolina had 2,000 attendees and was also streamed live online. Graham desired his funeral service to reflect the gospel message he preached for over 60 years. Those in attendance emotionally honored his 99 years of life, with many speaking of the preacher's great influence. And in 2015, scientists discovered a mega colony of Adelie penguins in the remote danger islands of Antarctica. They now appear to be thriving compared to other birds on the parts of the continent.
Thank you, Brooke. One Norman teen could be the reason Oklahoma becomes one of the first states to offer consent education. Lauren Atkins, a Norman High School senior who shared her story of sexual assault, partnered with Representative Jacob Rosecrans to introduce a bill. The bill, nicknamed Lauren's Law, offers the option for schools to introduce consent and healthy relationship education into their curriculums. The bill passed unanimously from the Common Education Committee in the State House of Representatives.
And still ahead on OU Nightly,
what OU students are doing for 12 hours straight to raise money for the kids.
Plus, we'll preview men's basketball senior night tonight. The Association of Central Oklahoma Governments projects Norman to add over 52,000 residents by 2040, but locals no longer have to wonder what the future looks like. The final draft of the comprehensive plan for the growth and change of the city, called Plan Norman, is open to the public for review and comment until midnight Sunday. The plan includes the future of residential, commercial, and historical areas of Norman. The plan's 50-member steering committee hosted 3 community workshops where Normanites gave their suggestions for the vision framework, and now the draft is complete.
We want the public then to have an opportunity to see the final product, to see if they have any concerns or other issues that they would like to comment on.
The entire process took about 18 months, and the draft was released a week before the February 5th meeting. Any concerned citizens can view the plan and submit a comment by going to plannorman.com.
With spring right around the corner, getting out and enjoying the scenic sights and sounds of Oklahoma City just got easier. Many bikers and residents turned out to the Will Rogers Trail ribbon cutting this afternoon. The new trail runs just over 8 miles from South Lake Hefner to the north side of State Fair Park. It's a 2-way, fully paved trail that can be used for recreation and transportation. This trail will connect thousands of residents within the growing Oklahoma City trail system.
Just based on the amount of people that were here today for the ribbon cutting, there was a tremendous amount of bicyclists. There were runners here. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that will walk. And
this trail is the second of 3 trails being created in Oklahoma City following the completion of the West River Trail in 2015. Lake Draper Trail will break ground in the not too distant future.
Tomorrow, OU students will be dancing and standing for 12 hours straight, all for the kids who can't. Soonerthon, OU's largest student-led philanthropy, will raise money for the Oklahoma Children's Hospital Foundation. Last year was a record-breaking year for Soonerthon, raising over $808,000 to fund medical research, purchase new equipment, and support care programs for kids.
A quick heads up for anyone who'll be driving 235, also known as the Broadway Extension, in Oklahoma City this weekend. Construction crews working near North 50th Street will be closing all lanes of the highway tonight. The closure will allow them to safely move large beams for a bridge at 235 and 50th Street over the interstate. The lanes close around 7 tonight, and if all goes planned, should be open in time for the Monday morning commute. Still ahead on OU Nightly,
New Mexico's largest city had a large error. Winds with these are just making
technical difficulties. I'm so sorry, guys.
And it's not exactly the easiest to spell, but someone should have asked for a second set of eyes. As you can see, New Mexico's largest city is misspelled, switching the letters L and B. The sign is located at northbound I-25 near Isleta, which is about 35 minutes from Albuquerque. It's unclear if the Albuquerque sign will be replaced.
I don't know about you, but a sign misspelling like that in such a large city is one of my worst nightmares, like not approving that in the right way.
Same with me. I can't even imagine how that person feels that made that error right now.
My anxiety would be through the roof. Okay, so we are going to send you right back to Leah Hill with more on our weather.
Thanks, guys. Now, these are the waves that have just been pounding the northeastern coast near Boston. 26-foot waves, and as you can see, these winds are just wrapping around the center of this storm down here a little bit more towards the south. So very dangerous situation with those very high waves that they are seeing currently. Now here in Norman, however, simply gorgeous. We are not seeing any weather right now. Cloudless skies all around the area. The sun is beautiful and 66 degrees for our temperature. A little bit more winds, south-southeast at 15 miles per hour, but simply beautiful if you do go outside, definitely, because this night overall is going to be gorgeous as well. We're going to have clear skies. Temperatures are going to be dropping very slowly. We're going to hit 48 degrees by midnight. Those winds are going to be sticking around just a little bit. We'll reach a low of 44 degrees, a little bit above average for this time of year. Tulsa, your low is going to be 43 degrees as well tonight. Now, when we go into our day tomorrow, we're going to see those temperatures start to warm up just a little bit. Those clouds are going to be increasing, and then Sunday is the big story. Well, 65 degrees for our high temperatures tomorrow across the state. We're going to see those temperatures in the 60s as well. Now, Sunday is when we might see our rain chances. That is going to start in the later hours, and that will continue throughout the day with some scattered showers, possible thunderstorm, and then as we get towards Monday morning, that is all going to clear out, making it for a beautiful week overall. So we see spring temperatures with those gusty winds. Storm chances are possible on Sunday, but then those spring-like temperatures will continue for the rest of the week.
I'm very excited for those spring-like temperatures.
Yeah, it's a perfect week to go outside.
Especially after last week's cold weather.
And in time for midterms, so you can hammock outside and study.
That's my plan, studying while I'm outside.
Yes, thank you, Leah. And that's all we have for you this Friday evening, but stay tuned. Ken and Collin are up next with your Big Friday Sports.
Our sports team will give you insight on the latest in sports. Ken is here with more.
That's right, guys. Big Friday Sports is right here. Senior night for basketball comes in just a few hours, and there was an NFL Combine superstar from OU that might get fans a bit worried. Big Friday Sports, and your favorite part of Friday is here. Hey everybody, welcome into Big Friday Sports. I'm Kenneth Adair. He's Collin Kennedy. Your favorite anchor duo is back, and everyone in the control room is cringing right about now.
That's right, Kenny. The Jokesters are back just in time for basically every Sooner team to play at the exact same time. So
Yes,
who should we start with?
I'm going to say, hey, let's start with women's basketball, shall we?
I agree.
All right, let's take it on. It's Big 12 championship time for women's basketball as they started off against the TCU Horned Frogs. The Sooners didn't end the season on a high note as Texas snapped their 4-game win streak in their final game. But this team has done a really good job with bouncing back. The game is tomorrow in OKC at 11 in the morning. So technically it's kind of a home game for the women, and that could work in their favor.
I think it will, Kenny. I think it will. Men's basketball closes out the regular season tonight at home against Iowa State. It's also a special night because it's senior night. Big Friday Sports' Matt Marks has more on the Sooners finale.
Game number 30, the Iowa State Cyclones in town. The Sooners are looking to change the momentum heading into the craziness of March basketball. Tonight, however, this game isn't just about the season finale. It's a time for the one and only senior on the squad to give his all in front of Sooner fans one more time. Kadeem Ladin, the forward from Houston, Texas, whose emphatic dunks can be felt all across the state, is averaging 7.1 points a game, 6.1 rebounds a game, and while those numbers are a slight dip from last season, Ladin is having his best field goal and free throw shooting numbers in his career. As Ladin steps on the court one last time at the LNC, it will be an emotional one for sure.
I mean, saying goodbye is always tough, you know. I'll be saying goodbye to my home crowd, my home Sooner crowd. But it'll be nice just because we'll send them off right, for sure.
We lived in the same neighborhood, same block. It's my brother, man. I'm proud of him from where he's developed. Seeing him grow up as a young kid and seeing him develop into the young man that he is now today. So it's my brother. I love him. His last home game, just go out there and fight for him. You know, give him all.
And this could be a record-setting game for Kadeem Ladden, as he is currently tied in first place with Al Beal on the all-time career blocks list with 230 blocks. Meaning with just one block tonight, Kadeem will put himself in sole position of first place and etch himself in Sooners history. Matt Marks, Big Friday Sports.
Thank you, Matt. The game is tonight at 8 p.m. in the Lloyd Noble Center. And Kenny, this is a must-win for them.
They've got to win. I mean, they've been struggling. They need a lot of confidence.
Yeah, they have the ability to be a sleeper team in the tournament, but they got to build some confidence immediately.
Yes, they do. Now, let's go from the court to the mat, shall we? OU women's gymnastics will go head-to-head with number 7, Michigan. Just seems like every week they're facing a top 10 team. OU has 4 of the top 10 highest scores, Collin, in the country. And when you've got talent like they do, it's no surprise. Yeah. This is going to be another exciting meet. And guess what? It's happening here in Norman tomorrow at 3:45 in the afternoon.
Okay, this is the part of the show where I get to talk some baseball.
You love it, don't you?
A little fun fact, this weekend's Alabama and Oklahoma series will be the first time 2 universities, fresh off of a college football playoff appearance, play each other on a baseball field. Pretty interesting. Alabama is 9-0 on the season. The Sooners have a tough 3 games ahead as the Tide roll into Norman. OU will rely on star pitcher Jake Irvin to start the weekend on a high note as he takes the mound in Game 1 tonight.
Let's keep it on the mound, shall we? And OU softball will host the Courtyard Marriott tournament as they will take on Abilene Christian and Missouri State this weekend. This is the first time in the season that the Sooners will be here in Norman, so fans can love that. They're currently 9-2 overall. Last time they played was a week ago where they suffered a loss to Arizona State, but hey, they're planning to change that really quickly, Collin.
I think they will, too. It's going to be fun having them back in Norman.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
still to come on Big Friday Sports. Several Sooners are partaking in the NFL Combine, and our boy Reagan Ledbetter joins us with more coming up next.
Well, welcome back, guys. I've got your game day forecast for you. Now, for the game tonight, we're going to see temperatures dropping a little bit. We're going to stick in the 50s for most of the game. For tomorrow, temperatures are going to be in the mid-60s. We got a little bit of clouds in the sky and some gusty winds. Now, for Sunday, we're still going to see temperatures in the 60s, but we do have these rain chances. We have a 30% chance for showers and thunderstorms. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Leah. The Thunder traveled to the desert to take on the Phoenix Suns. OKC has won 4 of its last 5 and now take on a Suns team that is second to last in the West. While it may be easy to overlook a team that has just ended a 10-game losing streak, the last time these two teams met, the Suns walked away with the win. The Thunder will have to guard the three-point line as the Suns hit a season-high 17 three-pointers. I'd say that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. And in Indianapolis, the NFL Combine has started off. 6 Sooners are taking part, but one Sooner had a shocking day, but not in a good way. Wouldn't you agree, Reagan?
Yeah, I would agree, Kenneth. The big man, Orlando Brown, had a combine to forget, and that may just be an understatement. Zeus put up some record lows for players to be drafted, including a 19.5 vertical, 82-inch broad jump, 14 bench reps, and a 5.85 40. Baker Mayfield was quick to his defense, saying, when are you going to watch Orlando run a 40-yard dash down the field? It's not going to happen. But Dimitri Flowers also had his own on-field workouts today, putting up a 4.83 40 and 17 reps on the bench. Obo Okoronkwo has meetings today. Jordan Thomas arrives in Indy today as well and has medical exams and team interviews. And Baker Mayfield and Mark Andrews have meetings, interviews, and bench press today. As you could expect, Baker is thriving with his media interviews. But back to Orlando for a second.
Yeah.
How much thought can you really put in the combine? I mean, it's football that he's playing. He's good at football. Why does it matter if he can't run a 40 that fast?
In 2 seasons, 854 snaps, he's given up 3 sacks. I think he's a pretty good football player.
He's so good. It just depends what you base it off of, whether it's the combine or whether it's potential. And he's got a lot of potential going into the NFL.
I mean, yeah, all the measurements, he's a big guy. But, who cares if he can't run too fast? His job is to protect the quarterback, and he can do that.
And he does that better than a lot of linemen coming into this draft.
Thanks, Reagan.
Yep,
Thank you, Reagan.
guys.
And Russell Wilson switched from one field to another. That's right, the quarterback went from football to baseball and had the same result. No offense. Wilson pinch hitted for Aaron Judge, and in his first and only at bat, the Pro Bowl QB struck out. He got 5 pitchers, and on the 5th one, swing, and you guessed it right, Collin, a miss.
Yeah.
But the Yankees still won the game, so that's a positive, unlike one team that kind of couldn't hold on to a lead.
Yeah, last night it looked like the Louisville Cardinals were trying to vacate even more wins. The Cards absolutely choked. Check this out. Guy's going to put up a 3-pointer here, but they foul him on the 3-point line. You can't do that. You're winning. So then Jerome gets to the line. He makes 1, makes another, but then he's not going to make his 3rd, and then he travels. Where are you going, buddy? Louisville's about to give this up because guess what, Kenny? The bank is about to be open late. Kick it out, put it in for the win. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Winning by 4 with 4.4 left? winning by 2 with .9, and they still blew the game.
That's just not supposed to happen.
No.
And a student at the University of Buffalo nails a half-court shot, as you can see, but he didn't win money. No, he didn't win a car or a vacation. No. He won 12 medium pizzas.
Are you kidding me?
But don't worry, now they have changed it to large pizzas.
Oh,
so he's
good.
really happy.
Well, hey, for more mediocre glory, one of our very own had his 15 seconds of fame. Well, might be less. One of our old producers, Chris Tyndall, made his ESPN debut as he delivered a pizza to the set. All I know is I hope that he got a slice.
Yes, I'm hoping he got a pay raise, too,
Yeah.
for that. Well, thanks for watching Big Friday Sports. Once again, I'm Kenneth Adair.
And I'm Collin Kennedy. Make sure you're back here same time, same place for more of your favorite duo.
Let's go get some food, shall we?
Yeah,
Good night.
get out of here. Good night.